Hello everyone. Today we are doing some HeartGold just because I wanted a little change of pace. So I'll just pause the game and we can do the intro. So Pokemon HeartGold, it's a challenge where I have to use evolutionary lines that have a trade evolution in them, as in mandatorily. It is very similar to the unevolved challenge I did, I think about a month ago, month and a half. So it's very similar to that, but this will force me to kind of use something a little bit different than what I used then, although half the team will probably end up looking the same, as in Kadabra, Graveler, Magmar. But I will try to change some things up and see how that goes. I don't even remember what the team was in that challenge, to be honest. I can quickly check, but we'll see how things go and go from there. So I'm just going to send out the Discord notification so we can just get started. And I'll also put the rule set in the chat. I kind of forgot to put that. Again, I'm kind of out of it today. I just wanted something to pass the time. My girlfriend is out just getting a pedicure and a manicure because she has to attend some wedding. And I'm just here bored. So I was like, okay, might as well do this because Forza just won't stop crashing. So this was just something I'm not deathly bored of. And now for some reason my controller doesn't seem to be functioning correctly with the emulator, so I'll have to check that. Okay, I'm going to just restart the emulator very quickly and hopefully that fixes it. I have had it open for like an hour. Okay, so it does work now. Alright, and let me put the rule set in the chat. So I can only use trade evolving evolutionary lines. I can't do trades to evolve any of them, obviously, otherwise there would be no point to the challenge. And this is fully optional. I was thinking of making it no shops at all, but I added like some leeway for me to just have the ability to buy rare candies if I feel like it. Alright. We are a boy, I'm pretty sure. But you never know these days with people. Some big burly man might just say, did you just call me him? Anyways, so that aside, I forgot to open Bulbapedia just to have it in case we need it. I have the page bookmarked, so shouldn't take long to find. Yeah. So, the lines we can use in this challenge are Abra line, Machop line, Geodude line, Gastlier line, Poliwag line, Slowpoke, Onix, Scyther, Horsey, Porygon, Clamperl, Rhyhorn, Elekid, Magby, Porygon again, and Duskull. So these are all the lines we can use. Half of them are inaccessible until like post game. So let's get started. And just to up the difficulty compared to the other challenge, I'm going to actually play on battle style set. So just to make it a little bit too hard because I have made it a bit too easy for me. Now, very rusty with Pokemon, but I'll warm myself into it now. I'm between frame 19 or 20. Let's go for 19. Misclicked. Let's go for 19. I haven't used that one in a while. Then getting the saving a lot of data out of the way. Now, I am forced to pick up a starter, but after I have my starter, we'll speed to where we can get the Geodude, and that will be our actual starter. So it doesn't matter what starter we pick. So this time I'm actually going to pick Chikorita because I never pick it. But first, I want to see any shinies. No. Nature and whatnot doesn't matter, but we can still check. Buzzful for neutral, for Chikorita, that's fine. Again, I never use Chikorita, and since I'm going to just discard my starter literally the moment I'm able to catch things, it seems like the perfect starter to go with. I think I said no to daylight savings. Screw it. Let's change the frame as well here. I never change the frame on the... I like the Team Rocket one. I never use it, so might as well. And yeah, I think I said no to daylight savings, so... Now it's going to be mostly Hoot Hoots, which are just easy pickings, so they don't have Peck yet. Chikorita does get great moves, especially support moves, but it just doesn't hit hard enough to justify using it over the other starters. Now it's also night time, which is going to be helpful in getting a Ghastly, because we will probably need to catch one. And here it's my house. For your effort keeping up with me, I'll give you my running shoes, so they're still warm. It just gives us, or at least try to give us, running shoes that he had been using. And I'll just leave the running shoes on at all times. I don't mind. Oh, and almost forgot. Okay, forgot to bring up the Twitch chat on my end. Now at level 7 we should be fine against the rival starter. Let's get the apricot thingy. Apricorn, sorry. Then we'll go up. Only I will miss a 95 accuracy move the first 2 times I use it. But it is what it is. Like the first 2 battles I used it against the Rattatas. I missed. Okay. So Elm couldn't keep his lab safe. So much for being a professor. Like, you'd expect the professor to actually have something good to use. I mean, how does he go and do his field work if he has nothing strong? Like, he should have at least a level 40. I know Elm is like the breeding professor, which can, which can be taken very wrong. Now, this is the reason why I always have trouble playing this game. I can never pick on a name for this guy, because I've used them all up. Like, for example, naming him this, which, again, I don't know why it has the perfect number of letters, but okay. I'll just name him Cowlick. Also fits perfectly. I've named him A-hole Karen because red hair. Asshat. And so on. Anyways, here we are through the tutorial. Then we go talk to our mom. Yes, I want to save money because I will be needing that choice scarf later when we reach Blackthorn. Let's get the free potion. Alright. Now we just straight up beeline to where the geodudes are. We are catching a Geodude, and then I'm immediately checking my starter. So there's a glitch on this moon. It's basically a memory leak because of how the graphics work in this game. All we have to do is just save and restart. Anyways, Geodude, it's only level 2, but screw it. Doesn't mean it will get caught easier. Jolly nature as well. Okay. Alright. We are not doing any battles. We are going to heal. Then we are moving the Geodude first until I get to a Poké Center, then we are putting the Chikorita in the box for the rest of its pathetic life. And now we need to switch train. Not switch train, sorry. We literally cannot switch train because we only have one thing. I have to just go back and forth a bunch of times killing Hoots. And when we are at like level 5, then we can see about continuing. Geodude gets Rock Throw pretty early and has great matchup against the first 3 badges. And honestly even the Ghost badge. Although it might struggle against some stuff in that one. Alright. Oh, I should have maybe nicknamed it something. Normally I go for something very generic like Rocky. And the jolly nature might seem like it doesn't matter, but considering we'll be stuck with Graveler for the rest of the game, it will change a fair amount of matchups, because just having that extra like 5 or 10 speed is going to be helpful. Plus it doesn't lower a good stat, lower special attack, which we don't care about unless I maybe would need to give it Fire Blast, because yes, Geodude line gets Fire Blast for some reason. Okay, level 7, so we can start heading up without needing to worry about healing all the time. And being able to outspeed the Hoots is really nice. Normally without Jolly, I would need to have a significant level advantage to outspeed Hoots consistently. I'm having brain farts. On other things, so today I woke up and there was a water outage in my area because they didn't say, they just said it was a scheduled water outage. In the scorching heat, it was like 33 degrees at the time, and the water was out for I think close to 11 hours. And it's not like they gave us ample warning. The warning they gave us was essentially on their website that literally nobody checks. It's just some crappy website that never works. And nobody checks because everyone just knows that normally they would put little... what they have done, historically speaking, is they would go building to building or just in the corner of the blocks and leave a sign that says water outage from until then. But nope. Anyways, we have the Geodude, and next trade Evo I can get is going to be what? The next trade Evo. Yeah, it's going to be Ghastly in the tower, since it's night time. So Ghastly in the tower. And then the next one is Poliwag. Oh, I forgot to leave Chikorita behind. Oh well, I'll just do it in Violet. I've never, okay, not never, but like almost never have had. Okay, there's the Rock Throw, we lose Mud Sport. I've almost never had to like discard something from my team right from the get-go. So I often forget to do it. Okay, this will give me speed, so let's kill it. I do need some speedy Vs. Okay, so we jump down here. Then which rock? There it is. I was looking for the rock that had the hidden item. Just because I'm stingy. I don't want to have to pay for items I can just find for free. Right. This guy should be just one shot everything, because now we have Rock Throw and that does like 10 times the damage we need. The only problem with Rock Throw is the accuracy, since it has a pretty good chance to potentially miss. But it's alright. And now the guy is Bruno? No, Primo. So he can give you a Slugma Egg, Maripeg, and I think Azuril. Let me just check, just in case he can give us a trade Evo. So Primo gives us Marip, Whooper or Slugma. Okay, so it was Whooper. None of them have trade Evos, so we move on. Over here we can get an Onyx, but to get that I need to get a Bellsprout, which is banned, because not a trade Evo. Also, the ROM I'm playing I have modified previously to allow rare candies to appear here, but that's pretty much the only difference to vanilla. Get that. Then we head down. I can't access the stuff yet, but very quickly I want the Great Ball. There shouldn't be any trade Evos in the grass, so we just head to the tower. After I heal. I have healed after I discard the Chikorita. Deposit. Alright. So now we are down to just the Geodude, but oh, I forgot the free item. It's over here. But I'm stepping on. Move out. There it is. Again, if I can find free items, I will be using them. Now, Rock Throw should be able to one-shot even the level 7 Bell Sprouts. Okay, here we have a little problem. I can't hit it with Tackle. Does it maybe know Curse at that level? I think it learns Curse at around level 14 or so. So I'll have to check. Hypnosis, Leak. Curse is 12. Okay. So I have to basically chuck balls until it's caught. We did just pick up a great ball. I can't afford to weaken it because it will pretty much always die to a single rock throw. Okay, so Great Ball doesn't catch, but Pokeball does. Okay, Lonely, it's kinda bad, minus defense plus attack. It's literally one of the worst natures for it, but I'll take it. So that's our second team member. Oh, and I should mention, I'm only going to try to catch one of each. If I end up with a bad nature, that's about it. And when I say one of each, one of the entire line. Because if I could just catch one Ghastly and one Haunter, then it would just be kinda boring. So I'm putting like one per species rule. I'm going to switch train this a tiny bit. Just to have some extra moves to work with and to maybe outspeed other Ghastlies. Okay, level 6. Alright, let's go into Geodude. A Ghastly can almost never kill a Geodude. Like, it will probably run out of licks before it even gets close. Okay, I'm killing this one, and then we are going to go through the tower after I heal. The Geodude is close to a leveling up. It doesn't get any more good moves until Magnitude, which should be level 21, I think, or thereabout. Now the Geodude is already at a good level to take on the gym. Of course it wakes up. At this rate we are going to have to do a lot of back and forths to heal. And soon the level 7 ones will start showing up, so we have to look out for those. Alright, I'm just going to go back and heal while killing anything on the way. I need all the experience I can get on the Ghastly. And thankfully it is nighttime, because Ghastly only shows up in nighttime, and during daytime it's only Rattatas that show up. Alright. Okay, what's the next move it learns, by the way? It is Curse at 12, Nightshade at 15, Confuse Ray at 19, Sucker Punch at 22. The only good thing about our Ghastly being plus attack nature is that Lick does more damage. So at least very early on it's a good thing, but as soon as we progress a tiny little bit, the minus defense is going to be awful. As for the Geodude, magnitude is at 15. Okay, nice. Let's get going. So from here on out it will be level 7s. Or 6s. Don't wake up. Good. If they wake up, Geodude is taking a lot of damage. Okay, finally hit it. Don't wake up. Good. Don't wake up. Good. Then Hoot Hoot. It's at level 7, it shouldn't have Peck yet. I'm pretty sure. Hoot Hoot. Peck is at 9, yes. So we can just go into Ghastly and it can't really hurt us. Hypnosis. Then into Geodude. And we're good. Now these are both about to level up. So I'm going to do one wild encounter. Of course. Should have gone straight for Lick. Do I have any paralyzed heals? I have one, just because I don't feel like going all the way back to heal. So, didn't level up, did level up. Honestly, doesn't matter. Hit the hypnosis, wakes up, but we are faster. Basically, I need the sleep to get a clean switch in. Once I get the clean switch, Geodude is faster, thanks to the Jolly nature. Now this will have Peck, but it's not going to go for it, because it knows it's going to do next to nothing. So we can just play around it. And I could give Flash to the Ghastly. Okay. And Curse. Do I want Curse or Spite on it? Curse is going to be better, because if I need to suck it, I might as well do some good damage. Alright. And to the first gym we go, after I kill one or two more of these, because they give good EVs. It's either a +1 special attack or +1 speed, I can't remember which. I'll get the Ghastly to 15. Okay, not 15, 14 should be plenty. So one level. Just because that's more or less the level that Geodude will be at once we're done with the gym, and I want them to be more or less even. Okay, maybe the Geodude might hit 16, now that I think about it. Oh well. Also, I'm kinda boiling in here. I have the fan almost into my face. Not straight in my face though, because it would just blast the mic. But yeah. Anyways. So gym time. Geodude just obliterates the first gym. And as long as we have something to switch to avoid the decrease in accuracy, the first speeds it might do if it outspeeds. then we're pretty much set. The Pidgeotto can't really hurt us. Okay, so we get Magnitude here. I lose Tackle. Magnitude on average is going to do more. Then we save just in case something happens. I'm not soft resetting for a fight. If I lose, I lose, which I don't think I will, but okay, here it will pretty much always go for Sand Attack. Chose not to, got screwed over. So then, here he heals, but ooh, he didn't heal, okay. So I can just finish it off. Okay, that did not go as I expected it to go. I have used Geodude so many times against this fight that I thought it would just go like the other times, but I guess my stats were just a bit different or something. Now, I will get the egg on my team, but I won't use it. As soon as it hatches, I'm just going to chuck it in the box similar to the Chikorita. But like I mentioned, I'm kinda into getting freebies. Alright, so we have Ruins of Alph to do. I should have an escape rope. I'm going to buy one more escape rope. And I also need to buy some repels. So one escape rope and 10 repels. Yeah, I think 10 repels will do. Next time we'll need the... Basically I need to use the repels to go through the cave, since there's not really any Tridivos in that cave. And then Ilex Forest again. I already have balls, I have heals. I will get to paralyze heals since I used one up. One antidote. And let's get an awakening. Why not? So I'm going to head all the way down before doing Ruins of Alph, because there's an encounter I want to grab from all the way down. Okay, Rattata can't really hurt us, so we're just going to Geodude, Magnitude, then Zubat, Rock Throw, and it's dead. Also, my girlfriend is calling me, so I will pause the game and I will be back in a tiny bit. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the wait. It's basically finished her nails and then went with her grandma to pick out some dresses before she has the toenails done. So yeah, she's going to be gone all day, which means I'll just be bored all day. So let's continue. We whooped that girl's pet to bits and then we continue. That kid there has a male Nidoran to take care of. Hypnosis. Peck does nothing. And because we start with Ghastly, the AI won't go for any fighting moves, so then we can safely switch into Geodude. But they might go for a ground move on the Geodude, and then we can safely switch into the Ghastly. And if there's no opening to safely switch, we can always just do that. Although I'm having awful luck with it. Things keep waking up. Alright. And now, on that little rock, so there's a line of big rocks, and then there's this little rock on just next to that island thingy. So that is one of the only two rare candies in the not rare candies, heart scales in the entire game that you can get normally. Every other heart scale is just through breaking rocks or through other methods. Yes, you can get heart scales, but it's just annoying. So when you just want a quick heart scale, you kinda have to use it. Now, I don't really care about main look. It's not like we'll pay that much attention to the legendary beasts. And it should do more than leak in most situations. Alright, I'll fight this guy. Hypnosis, and switch. Rock Throw just deletes his entire team like it's nothing. And then we came down here specifically for this guy. With the old rod, it is possible to fish out a Poliwag, which is our next potential team member. Not Magikarp, Poliwag. Come on. Let's go. Pretty sure we can get it here too. But it's like 10% or something. So let me just make double sure. So Poliwag can be found in Violet City, which I already know of. And route, okay, so it's in 32. No, we are in 32. It cannot be found here, so it can be found in town. So we'll have to go up a little bit. And and also Ruins of Alf. Since I'm going to Ruins of Alf anyways, might as well. Let's just look for it here. what are the odds for it? Revenge of Wolf, encounters, fishing, polywag 15% with the old rod. Come on, 15%, so it should be about 1 in 7 or so. Come on. I do find it funny how sometimes it will show the exclamation mark over your Pokemon instead of over your character. I don't know what decides where the exclamation mark will show up, and I don't know if it's an oversight or intentional. Like sometimes you are the one surprised, sometimes it's your Pokemon. Okay, I'm going to move one tile and hopefully we'll find it. We're looking for Poliwag. Come on. I don't want to give Rock Smash to the Geodude. That's why I want the Poliwag. Plus I'll need a Surf user later on. And there's only so many trade evolutions that can learn Surf. Also, Poliwag is like my cheat code in this kind of challenge. It belongs to a trade evolution, but I don't have to specifically go down the trade evolution path. So it will essentially be our only fully evolved thing once I turn it into a Poliwrath. Come on already. We're looking for one freaking Poliwag. How hard is it? Okay, I'm going to go in and out in case that gives me better RNG. Come on, 15%. I should have gotten it by now. Come on, we're just looking for a Poliwag. Ideally one with not a sucky nature, but at this rate I'll take any. It is a good Pokemon, so most natures work for it. It's just that if it ends up being a special one, then we'll be stuck having to use Focus Blast over something better like Brick Break. Come on already. Just give me a single Poliwag. Stupid Magikarps. According to Bulbapedia, 15% chance for a Poliwag. I'm not seeing it wrong. Come on. Okay, we'll be here all day. Just give me the Poliwag. So I can move on. This is the one part I don't like about challenges that really limit what you can use. Because I have to look for these ultra specific encounters. Like I've done that challenge where you have to catch where you can only use the rarest of things, and looking for that 1% Yanma is frustrating. What's the other 1% encounter? Yeah, I can't remember. It's Dunsparce. So looking for Yanma or Dunsparce is just really, really wasteful for my time. And so is this. Like, just give me the Poliwag. It's 15% chance, and I've gotten like 20 Magikarps. Okay, is there any better place to make me look for it? Violet 30, 31. Let's see. In Violet, Poliwag is also 15%, at least with the old road. In 30, it is also 15% with the old road, and then 15% in the other one too. Okay, so we basically are stuck doing this. Great. So in the interest of saving time, I'll register the road. And watch me get near it immediately now that I've registered it. At this rate, I'm more likely to find a Shiny or something than to find a Poliwag. And I bet the moment I find it and try to lick it, it's going to be a critical hit. It's going to get one-shotted, and then I'll have to look for one all over again. Okay, we're going to take a break from that to quickly go do the puzzle, and we'll just come back. So for this one we need escape rope, Petsa berry, orange berry, Heal powder, energy powder. We don't have to actually jump down. Jumping down doesn't really unlock anything. Then we do the hardest puzzle ever made. The only hard one is like, honestly, not even the whole one would be hard. Now these are good for Ghastly to just lick, as long as they don't end up having some bad hidden power against me. Back in the day, the form of the unknown was based on its IVs. So I think only 2 of them could ever be shiny. I'm going to save the game. Okay, we get it immediately this time. Good. Alright, I'm not risking a critical hit on the leak. Should be easy to catch. Get it. Calm nature. And it has the bad ability. I was hoping to water absorb. I think it retains damp through the evolutions. Good. Yeah, which is kind of bad for us, because I did say I didn't plan to catch a second one. So we essentially got one of the worst Poliwags possible. But at least we got it, so that's something. Still, we can make it work. We can always turn it into a special attacker. I just want to see what moves it gets, because it should be getting some good stuff. And it's not like Polyrath has that strong of an attack stat compared to his special attack. If anything, like it's 15 base difference. That's nothing for a playthrough. Alright, so next move it gets Water Gun at 11, then Double Slap, Rain Dance, Body Slam, Bubble Beam, and so on. Okay. Let's move on. I need to train it a bit. But we are about to go through a cave where essentially everything in that cave is weak to water. Okay, it can't learn Rock Smash yet. So we'll just teach that after it evolves, then... Oh yeah, this needs Rock Smash. And off we go. About freaking time. We only wasted like an hour looking for that Poliwag. So it better pay off. Now, I don't think I'll need Rock Smash for anything besides just grabbing these items, which I can always grab later. It's nothing important. Now, Union Cave should have slow pokes, but I think it's in the other part of it. So we are better off getting the Slowpoke at Slowpoke Well, because Slowpoke is going to be the next team member we can get. So, Slowpoke Well, and what else? Oh, Tojo Falls. Okay, so I guess there's no Slowpokes in Union Cave. I remember wrong. Happens. But let's see what there is in Union Cave in case I'm forgetting something. I see Onyx. Onyx does count. It's way inferior to Graveler, but let's try to get one. Doesn't hurt us one bit. So even if I don't raise it, it's still going to be useful. I'm just going to do some quick battles with the Poliwag to get it just one level so it can learn Water Gun. Then I'm going to move Water Gun first so I don't have to scroll through the moves every time. And there's the Onyx. Hypnosis to Geodude. Hypnosis. Hypnosis. Then finally use a Great Ball. I was trying to save the Great Ball for the Abra, but it's fine. What nature are you? A Rush nature, pretty much awful for an Onyx. But we might find a use for it, like an HM Slave. So this actually lets me backtrack a bit to get some items I was planning to skip since I didn't have a Rock Smash user. So Cell Bell, not the best item, but it's still quite useful for just healing a little bit at a time. Great for Geodude, since it's slow, so it will usually get hit before it hits anything. Then, in Ruins of Alph, we have some more items to pick up. and maybe some encounters. Hyper Potion, and there should be another Great Ball back here. Oh, a rare candy, my bad. The rocks here have a really high chance of giving you encounters, but also a pretty high chance at giving you items. Anyways, we need to head down all the way for like the millionth time and see what we can do. I'll be training the Poliwag through most of the cave. Ooh, the Togepi hatched. I'll just put that away next time I'm in a Poké Center. Speed and I think a TM. Okay, Rock Tomb. That's actually a good one. We can do a lot with that. Bubble should always kill Geodudes at this level. Now, I did say I was going to use Repels through here, but I kinda want to level up the Poliwag. These encounters are perfect. I wanted to hit level 17 ideally through the cave. I know it won't, but one can only hope. Unless I go out of my way and just kill a bunch of wild encounters. Alright, this guy I'll have to switch to something else. So Hypnosis hits, that's good. I won't go to Geodude and Rock Throw. And again Rock Throw. Water Gun should be one-shotting the Sensors by now, regardless of level. Here, Hypnosis. Okay. Then, let's go to Ghastly. Why not? Haven't used Ghastly in a hot minute. Okay, 16. I was hoping for 17, but it's fine. We'll get some more experience trying to walk out of the cave. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, the first tile of a cave can never have encounters, so no matter what you do on the first tile, you cannot get an encounter. It's basically to prevent the game from just glitching out by trying to give you an encounter as soon as you load into an area. So caves are always scripted to never have encounters on the first tile. And here, level 17. And now I will move on. Just because I won't get a chance to use the Poliwag for a while. Now, we have some apricorns over here. For the Slowpoke, well, I think I'll use the Ghastly. Should have a good enough matchup. Although I think the Geodude would have an even better matchup. It's just that the Geodude will be what I use against the gym as well. And I don't want it to over-level. I want to try and keep the team as even in levels as possible. Kinda important. As a kid, for example, in Emerald, I would play and just have my Sceptile twice the level of the next thing in the party. Now, here he falls down and gets stuck. I don't know how he fell down because I imagine this is a well he's been to multiple times. But anyways, so he fell down And later on, after you deal with Team Rocket and he leaves from here, if you come back, directly beneath him is a hyper potion. It's just cheekily hidden there. Can I not miss with everything? Okay, self-destruct, I can't do wound. Let's lose defense. No, I won't get self-destruct. It is nice to just blow up on Whitney and just one-shot the Miltank though. Always a good strat. Like you weaken the Miltank just enough with something, and then it can't do anything. Okay, this has bite, if I remember correctly, so I need to play it safely with Hypnosis. Then Super Potion down here. Okay. Hypnosis. This time hits. Nightshade, Nightshade. Then only Ratata's left, so no, let's go into Poliwag. And this should be easy pickings. The coughing shouldn't even have anything to really hurt me with, so I'm just going for Nightshade straight up. No need for Hypnosis. Only reason I went for Hypnosis on the Zubats was because I thought they might have bite at that level. Okay, so let's get some friend balls. Then heal up, and we'll go and catch our next team member, which is going to be a Slowpoke. I could have already caught it, and here, oh, Great Ball, not Hyper Potion. Guess I remember wrong. Okay, Lick. A Hypnosis for good measure. And that's it. So Slowpoke joins the team. And what a team it is. Now I need to drop off the thing we hatched. So deposit the Togepi. Naive nature. okay, this is kind of funny. Slowpoke, something named after being slow, and the slowest out of everything in the series, and this has a plus speed nature. You can't make it up. And we got an awful Poliwag as well. So minus special defense, plus speed Slowpoke, and minus attack Poliwag, yeah. Okay, so own tempo. What's the other ability? I think it also gets Dump. So its other ability is Oblivious. Oblivious would have been so much better against things like Attract, but it's fine. Alright, so this is our team so far, and here I think I'll fight the rival. Nah, screw it. I was thinking maybe fight the rival first. But let's speed through the gym. I don't want to go through the gym too many times with back and forth to heal, so I need to kinda save my rock throw PP for the things that I actually need it, like there. Okay, we both missed. That's fine. Lediba and Spinarak. Rock throw the Lediba and Nightshade Spinarak. Scary Face does nothing here, I just waste a turn to save PP. Forward to flip the switch. Alright. Now the only worry is Scyther U-turning critical hitting. But I think I can take even a critical hit here. As long as I'm at least level 17, I can pretty much one-shot the Scyther. Unless I have extremely bad IVs in the attack stat. Or minus attack nature. Again, I've used Geodude a lot. Faster to just do this. I do like the Spinarak puzzle. Okay, it's not really a puzzle, but... Also, we have something a bit worrying here. We might end up soft locked because we'll need cut. But anyways, rival battle, let's do this. Okay, Lick kills from here. Okay, supposedly. I thought it would kill from there. And Quilava, which we have a great matchup against. Yet another reason I chose Chikorita, since I knew we'd end up with Geodude as our real starter. So we'll always have the upper hand there. Now in Ilex Forest there shouldn't be any trade evolutions. But I will need to just double check that very quickly. So, Scyther is in the catching game. Speaking of which, it is a Tuesday. So there is a catching contest. Maybe we can get a Scyther. That would be really nice. But yeah, I don't see anything here. So honestly, I'll just use a repel. To get the second one. We might have to cut something just temporarily in order to use cut. Alright. Unless we can use cut on our team right now. Nope. Alright, so what we're going to do is get the Chikorita on the team just to use cut for a moment. And then, as soon as we are through, we are just chucking it in the box again. This is just so we can progress, because there's no real alternative for us. I'm not going to use it in any battles or anything. It's purely to get us through that single tree. Now there's a bunch of freebies all over. And there's also a move tutor for Headbutt. So lots of nice things to grab while passing through this forest. I do want to give Headbutt to some stuff on the team. pretty much everything can learn it, but essentially I want to give it to Poliwag over Bubble and over Water Sport. So it can have a physical move or just a move that is in water. And then does Geodude have the room for it? No. I will give it to the Onix since it is our HM slave. And off we go. Will you help me? No. But then the Ghastly went and showed her the way still. Alright. I don't know what the point is in giving players a yes-no choice when it does nothing. Like, if you give me a choice, I expect it to at least slightly matter. But if I say no and the same thing as yes happens, or if I say no and the game just keeps asking me over and over until I say yes, that's not really... That's not really good. It's teaching kids to never take no for an answer. That ends up raising some people with real bad issues. Alright, shouldn't have anything to hit me with. So is it Kings? Confuse Ray. I both want this and don't. I can get rid of Flick, but I kinda like the chance to paralyze. We still have Hypnosis for catching things, and we also have Hypnosis on the Poliwag. I want Nightshade because as we keep leveling up, it's going to keep doing more damage. Just that the only situation where I will need the Confuse Ray is against the Miltank. Once we are past the Miltank, I won't really need it anymore. Oh, also since it's night time, we'll be able to fight the guards. That's going to be kinda important. And the Slowpoke here, I'm going to shift the moves up and suck it in. And Chikorita is out of the team again. Then we fight the guard. I almost never get to fight these guys because I usually play during the daytime, but they are only available at night. And I have just enough Nightshades to finish it. Now, in the grass we can find an Abra, or we can get a guaranteed Abra from the game corner. And personally I prefer to just try to get it from here. We have Hypnosis, so it will improve our odds, and with Great Ball it should be near guaranteed chance, it should be like 90%. So we just need one with Synchronize and a Good Nature, either a Good Nature for Abra or a Good Nature for other stuff. Lux, which is kinda bad, and then Inner Focus, which is also kinda bad. Inner Focus is only useful against Fake Out, and there's next to no Fake Out users as far as NPCs go. I think there's only one NPC in the entire game that has Fake Out, or something like that. Now, what I'm going to do Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I don't feel like switch training the Abra for the very first few levels, so I leave it in there until it can just hold its own in a battle, essentially. Now I want to go to the top floor to see what move it is today. I think it's Dragon Claw. Just in case we'll need it later. I already have Flash, so Protect, False Swipe, Nature Power might be nice. TM91, Flash Cannon. Honestly, let's try it. Let's see, will I get it with the money I have? Out of the things that I could give Flash Cannon to, I don't think any of the things I'm allowed to catch in this challenge can learn Flash Cannon, but I'll still get it. Money doesn't really matter early on. It's late on. Oh, we got it. Okay. Normally it takes me 50 billion years to get it, so that's nice. On Sundays, there will be a second clerk here that will give us the return TM. Now I want a nature power. I had just enough money left to buy that. Also, we can come down here and get some down here, get some of the items ahead of time. Here, there. Now, sadly, we cannot get the amulet coin this early on. The amulet coin is basically that item up there. We have to go through the underground. And I know I'm missing one hidden item. But I'll just find it later when I have the dowsing machine. Like, we will be here again soon. And I'm going to head up, do all the battles and the bug catching contest before I bother with the gym. Just want to get everything done. Honestly, harden doesn't matter, since Nightshade does fixed damage. Also, here there are some glitched bits. So the game actually lets you walk into the wall here because they messed up the collisions for these like 4 or 5 tiles. Like here I cannot walk down, but here I can. I don't know how they missed that. Like that's a bit too big of an oversight. Okay, I miss hypnosis twice, lovely. Alright, let's give Geodude a haircut. Geodude with a long, majestic hair. You can see it just flowing down its back. Anyways, magnitude everything here. We should be faster than everything. I guess not the Voltorb, but it is a Voltorb. Okay, rollout is a good move. If we can set up the rollout early against Whitney, then that can do a lot. Especially if I go defense curl into rollout, then the Clefairy lives just barely for Rollout to do a second hit, then the third hit on the Miltank will insta-kill it. So that could be funny, but I kinda want to keep Rock Polish. Anyways. Level 21. I hit Yon. And that did way too little damage. Alright, so everything is done here. We heal up, then we take on the trainers further up ahead. I want the Ghastly to hit a good level. Doesn't need to evolve, but I'd say like 23. Let's take a photo. I almost never bother with the photos. Our team is looking stylish. Gnosis and Poliwag. I want the Poliwag to also level up a fair bit. That's you, dude. The Magnitude. Magnitude 4 kills. Pikachu has like 35 base defense or something. It's pathetically low. This guy is one that can be problematic. He starts from a level 2 but then quickly goes up in levels. Okay, do I want Confuse Ray? I kinda want to learn Sucker Punch, because it will hard block Morty later. Yeah, let's lose Confuse Ray. Fine, I'll just finish it off if he doesn't want to attack me. And Elm can just keep calling all he wants. I'm not picking up. He just wants to tell me to go show him the egg we hatched. Alright. Poliwag survived, but I'm still going back to heal. Plus, all the walking I'm doing is simply leveling up the things I have in the daycare more. And I might as well pick up the bike. Before I forget. Sometimes I just completely forget to pick up the bike because it's so out of the way to find. Intimidate does nothing, and Poliwag levels up. Back to Ghastly. To Night Sage kill. Yes, I will trade for numbers with you. Nidoran, not a trade Evo. Good for progression though. Great stats. Tito doesn't even evolve. Doesn't it say one shot? Nah. Just was curious. Okay. Fine, I'm going to Geodude. And we final hit. Okay, so now bug catching contest. We need to essentially catch things with as much health as possible and as high level as possible. So I'm going to go with the Poliwag first. And here we can find Scyther. The only thing in the contest we can get is a Scyther. So let's find one. There it is. Now I need to hypnosis it. And then I need the ball to catch. The highest score you can get is from a full health Scyther, that's level 14. This 13. But it should get us a good enough score to still win. Before the national decks, it's very forgiving. Come on, just get caught. A sport ball is the same as a great ball, for reference. So it's like a 30% chance to catch. And we got it full health. That's the important thing. Yep. As long as you get a level 13 or 14 Scyther, you'll pretty much always win. And it's bashful in nature, which is really good. So this goes right on the team. And that can be our cat user. And just a really good mon to use in general. I want to check the daycare to see how much the things in there have leveled up. Okay, so a little bit more for the Abra. Oh, I forgot the card, so go over here. Let's do the Lotto as well. Nope. I totally... I was about to flex how I totally don't know the answers. Because I totally haven't done this 1,000 times and then I fat fingered the button, so now I can't flex. Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, so I want to level up the Scyther a bit. But we can just do that against trainers. Instead, let's use the Poliwag for the trainers in the gym. Because I needed to evolve soon. And we can also use the Geodude. Now let's use the Geodude. Because one more level, not one, two more levels and it evolves. The Miltank is 19 if I remember correctly, or thereabout. Now we'll see the pickings. I do want to heal the Poliwag just a tiny bit, in case it needs to take a stomp, but for the most part the Geodude is going to be fine. But as soon as the Miltank comes out, I'm going to sack the Onix in order to get a curse with the Ghastly. We're playing with set mode. Alright, so I remember whenever I was doing a Nuzlocke, this thing would just pull a crazy move out of nowhere and just obliterate me. Okay, we are speed tied. Okay, that's interesting. So it mimicked my magnitude, but it says magnitude as low power because it has no power. Okay, if I can get a scratch off, that would be nice. Pretty sure I live on like just barely. Yeah. Doesn't matter. The important thing is here. The reason it managed to hit me is because it has Scrappy. Now all I need to do is bring this in and Hypnosis. Then go into Geodude and finish it off. Wow, Snivel, hick, you mini. Such a responsible adult. Okay, she's not an adult, but like she's put in charge of a freaking town, because the gym leader is pretty much more important to the town than a mayor is. If anything, in a way, they are the mayor. But yeah, she just cries. And let's play just a tiny bit of this. I hate this mini game. I would rather just buy my coins directly, because this mini game is just stupid. Takes forever, and without save stating, a lot of the time you'll just lose to no fault of your own. So here, for example, so 6 and 1, so we have 1 Voltorb. So now if this is a Voltorb, then we have 1 plus 3, so that's 4, 5, 6, so we don't need to open any of these, because it's either a Voltorb or a 1, so they don't matter. Then wherever it says 0, 3 and 2 Voltorbs, you never have to open it. Same for the 0, 2 and 2 Voltorbs. Then 1 Voltorb, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we have a 2 somewhere hidden here, and then we have 3, 4, 5, okay, so here. And basically you have to just go through that, and then you level up and you'll earn more and more points. But then if you try to play again, you just start from level 1 every time, so you can just take a break and come back later. So that's one thing. And the other thing is, many times it will literally be a 50-50. Oh, Abra over leveled. Oh well, screw it. Doesn't mean it loses out on confusion, but not the end of the world. Half the reason I have the Abra on the team is for the teleport. Now I just need to level it up just enough so it can evolve. Should have seen that coming though. Should have picked it up earlier, before the gym. This one should just barely level me up. Okay, level 18. We get Disable, but we didn't get the important move, which was the Confusion. Still, not the end of the world, because we have Teleport, which is like an early game version of Fly. And it just really helps. And honestly, I leave out the Onyx. To go pick up the Slowpoke as well. Alright, we get the Slowpoke. What moves does it have? It kept the Yawn and Curse, that's why I had moved them down. Then Water Gun and Confusion. I think I will keep both Slowpoke and Kadabra on the team. Then we just need to train the Scyther a bit. For Scyther, what moves does it get? I know it gets Slash at like 16. No, it's at 29, okay. So Bugsy is cheating. Oh well, so next move it learns is Agility at 17, then Wing Attack at 21. Okay. Maybe I can find a TM to teach it. U-turn would be perfect for it. Over Leer. Does anything learn Flash Cannon? Nope. So with U-turn we can like switch train a lot easier. Also, since it's open now, let's go over here. Just to get the outfit, the jersey. There's no items or anything here, but I do like the mini games. It's just playing them on emulator sucks majorly. If I was playing on an actual DS, I would just be spending all day long playing the mini games. Okay, so Quick Glow. Do we have something that will benefit from it significantly? Geodude will. And then we can give Cell Bell to the Scyther, why not? Next encounter I'm going to get I was hoping it wouldn't be Bite. Oh well. Next encounter I'm going for is going to be a Magmar. Since I need some fire. Mon. Just to round out the team. I have water and everything. I'm missing fire. Alright. Poliwag. Somehow it doesn't kill. Body Slam. Do I get Body Slam over Headbutt? Headbutt is 20% chance to flinch, Body Slam is 30% chance to paralyze and strong, so I think I'll just get Headbutt. And if I need I'll get Body Slam, and if I need Headbutt later, I can always just go to the move tutor. I'm just healing up a tiny bit. Of course I get paralyzed. Why wouldn't I get paralyzed literally the first time I touch it? I did consider just clean switching out. But I will. Alright. So now we have to pick up the Dig TM. Shoot Bell, not really useful. That up there is a shiny stone, and the only shiny stone in the game that you can just pick up. So if you decide to have the Togepi on your team, think, oh, they have Togekis now since it's Gen 4. No, until you get Rock Climb, so 15 badges in, you cannot get a shiny stone. Alright, this is perfect for the Scyther. And let's just go into Polywog. Okay, so it's a lot faster than I expected. Rock Blast, it is potentially a strong move, but 80 accuracy is just no. And we get Graveler, our first evolution so far. Then Teleport. Now I could give Scyther Cut, but until we get to Blackthorn, I don't want to waste move slots. Since I only get one of everything, and I plan to have a proper moveset on Scyther, it's just going to get in the way. This kid gives you Firestones, if I remember correctly, later. And we are at Sudowoodo. Now, Sudowoodo, pretty sure it does respawn if you kill it after you beat the league. I'll catch it, I'll just not use it. At that level of health, even a Pokeball should catch. Just sleep. Rock Throw just deletes me. Fine, great pull. Alright, it's got. Now we get the Berry Pots and Oran Berries. How many Oran Berries do I have? 4, I need 9 for the Miltank. So I need to find 5 more from somewhere. You can get them from a fair few places. So it's not the end of the world. For example, you can use Thief to just steal them from wild Sentrets. Ooh, I forgot to have Scyther in first. Let's put it back. I'll have Poliwag second. And for today, I think I will get to Olivine and stop there, but we'll see how I'm feeling. If I feel like continuing past that, then maybe I will just keep going. Right, Nightshade here and Body Slam here. Nightshade here, Body Slam there. Alright, now to play Hypnosis games. So I'll be Hypnosing and then Water Gunning. Hypnosis again. Hypnosis and Hypnosis. And I missed 3 Hypnosis in a row. 4. So out of 5 Hypnosis I only hit. Okay, great. At least Scyther gets to make more, to earn more experience here, so that's something. Let's go into yes, let's go into Kadabra. Hypnosis, then into Graveler, then Hypnosis and Magnitude, then Sucker Punch. Alright, we made it through the battle, not as well as I had hoped, but it's fine. Alright, first things first, item finder. I'll be needing that quite a lot. The only issue I have with item finder in this game is that it just turns off on its own repeatedly. Like I turn it on, I change areas, or I go into a battle, or pretty much anything happens, and just shuts off. Which I think is kinda stupid. Anyways, let's get the Surf HM for the Poliwag. Okay, agility, Scyther is really fast. It's as fast as Latios. So I think we don't need agility. Fun fact about Scyther, when it evolves, it actually doesn't gain stats. It just has the same base stat total, distributed differently. And don't need anything. I'll buy some great balls, and I don't really need potions. I can go to Goldenrod and just buy stuff from the vending machine if I need to. Okay, am I missing an item? Not there. Alright, so rival battle. Let's start with the Scyther, why not? Since we have U-turn to change out of it, doesn't matter. Here Quilava, U-turn into Poliwag, then we can just kill it. I kind of forgot to teach Surf to the Poliwag, but that's alright. Zubat, throw, easily deletes it. Yeah, let's teach Surf to the Poliwag. Surf over Water Gun. It will screw me over in double battles, but we'll figure something out. Then for Oxmas, do I have anything? Scyther, okay. Not like I'll be going for Focus Energy pretty much ever. And unlike Cat, Rock Smash is actually useful. Hits a lot of things super effectively. Alright, let's go to Slowpoke. Confusion should do a fair amount. Then Water Gun. Yeah, I should teach Surf to the Slowpoke as well. Because I could have just one-shotted that Growlithe with a single Surf instead of needing 3 Water Guns. Alright, so Repel. Grab the Ether. Antidote. It's a million, so you turn into Poliwag, then Surf. Where is it? There it is. Am I missing any items? Nope. We have to head down. But we also can find a Magmar here. They're rare. And I think this time around I might not raise a Kadabra. Because I've been using it a lot in these challenges, like the unevolved challenge and whatnot. Or I could get rid of the Ghastly. Keep the Kadabra instead. But I think the Ghastly is going to be better than the Kadabra. Yes, not as strong, definitely. Alright. I can't really access more of the area without strength first. But I will try to get a Magmar and we'll see what we can replace with it, because the Magmar I find might even have like completely trash stats. Now Magmar is like a 5% encounter, I think. Let's check real quick. So Magmar can be found in the Burnt Tower, and it's a 5% encounter in the basement only, like I remember. 5% in the morning and night, 10% during the daytime. So I'll get, I was about to say I'll get like 10 encounters and then see. But this works, I guess. Alright. We got the the Magmar. Magmar can evolve into Magmortar through trade, so that's why it is eligible. And let's check what's that. Serious nature, so it is a good nature. So do I raise it? It also has the good ability. But to raise it, I'll have to get rid of something from the team. I think Kadabra will go. Kadabra is really strong for playthroughs, but this time around I will not use it. Yes, I will get screwed over doing this because I don't have any options for fly, so teleport would be the best, but I'll just turbo run through the areas. Now let's get strength. Shadow Claw as well. Scyther can learn Shadow Claw, much better than Pursuit, and it will let me use the Scyther against the gym. Scyther cannot learn... Okay. Scyther cannot learn Shadow Claw. Okay. Heracross with its tiny little hands can learn Shadow Claw. But Scyther, that literally has a claw for an arm cannot use it. Alright. That's BS. Pretty sure it at least gets Night Slash, but let me see. Night Slash, no, it does not even get Night Slash. Oh, it does, but through breeding only. That's beyond stupid. Meanwhile, Heracross is literally born knowing Night Slash and learns Shadow Claw, despite its hand barely having a claw. Like a Rattata has a bigger claw. Oh well. Anyways, let's go through the gym now. Objective is to evolve the Ghastly. And Haunter, not Haunter, the Scyther. I'm starting to have brain farts. I am a bit tired, but I'm more hungry than tired. Okay, if I move like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, okay, there. Now this is just for the lols. I can't outspeed it, but what I can do is just chuck a Hail Mary Ultra Ball. We cannot use this, it's not allowed in the challenge. But why not? One, two. One, two, wait, okay, it's not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there it is. Now, Raikou is faster, so I can actually check the fast ball against it. I have actually had a case where I managed to catch it with a fast ball on my first encounter to it in one of my Nuzlocke attempts. Anyways. Gnosis. Let's go into Scyther. They just kill themselves. Okay, Shadow Punch. I think I'll teach it over Nightshade just for this gym. Because as soon as the gym is over, we are giving it Shadow Ball, like properly. One more level and Scyther gets Wing Attack. We're getting there. We almost have a really solid team. Now, normally it's supposed to be pitch black, but because the Smoom doesn't load these graphics correctly, it ends up having the opposite effect where it's just ultra bright. Alright. So I need to pull up Morty's Bulbapedia page because I need to remember which Haunter is which. So starts with Ghastly, Leak, Spite, Min, Look, Curse. So we just Shadow Punch it. Any held items that might help? Not really. Okay. So we just Shadow Punch, should do one shot. We're plus attack nature. Then Haunter Male comes in, level 21. Hypnosis, Dream Eater, Curse, Nightmare. So if it hits us with Hypnosis, it goes for Dream Eater immediately after. If we hit it with Hypnosis, then it's screwed. Gengar gets hard walled by a single level 1 normal type. But here we don't have that option, so instead we have to think of a solution. The Graveler can take a hit, the Slowpoke can't. So what I'm going to do is just going to Slowpoke, take the Shadow Ball to get a clean switch. Now, if my Haunter is faster, I could go for a Curse. But I want to weaken it enough first. I'm going to see here. Okay, so it's faster. 47 speed. 50 speed on the Poliwag, 54 on the Haunter. Honestly, instead of figuring it out, I'll just sit and look up the stat. Because I literally have the thing. HeartGold's all trainers. With HeartGold. Silver trainer data. That's the wrong one. Okay, so leader Morty, Gengar, bold nature, 63 speed. So he has 63 speed. So my best bet here is to just tank the Shadow Ball. I have some super potions I can use. Okay, that failed. Ooh, I thought I could leave that. Okay, then we're pretty much screwed here. Unless I land this Hypnosis. Yeah. Okay, so we wipe. That's interesting. Okay, so now I actually have to put in some freaking effort. That's good. So we need 63 speed to outspeed him, which we can get probably by evolving the Poliwag. Alright. So I'm going to go towards Olivine, start doing some of the trainers here. Get the Poliwag to evolve. It's very close, it's like 2 more levels. So these should be just enough trainers. Ooh, Raikou. Honestly, Ultra Ball, why not? Alright, one can only go. Let's click. Okay, shouldn't have a grass move. Poison Powder on the other hand is annoying. Magmar. Wing attack, yes, I do want that. Over pursuit. Stab wing attack does as much as pursuit. So there's no point in trying to keep both. Then heal there. I also need to level up the Magmar just barely enough to where it's not a liability. Alright, last trainer, I think it's just Mr. Mime, yes. Alright. Level 24. Not as high as I would like. Baoba. Yeah, let's do the trainers over here a bit. So much for that. Alright, so we have 4 items here. Dream Pants, the Nugget, Hyper Potion, and one other. X attack. Oh, PP up, not Hyper Potion, my bad. I do like how during night time the meal tanks come in. It's some nice attention to detail. Now I have 4 oran berries. When I have more, I'll just come back. And I'll go through the grass just to avoid the battles. We don't have to fight Morty yet. Let's get the good rod while here. But I'm not going to go in the lighthouse and stuff yet. So I have 3 more trainers to fight over here. Can I stop messing with my hypnosis? Like, it's starting to really piss me off. This is just Pikachu. And here we evolve. I have Surf, I don't need Bubble Beam. Alright. Anything else close to a level that might help? Scyther. Alright, that works. Now we're going to try fighting Morty one more time and see how that goes. Raikou again. Okay, this time I'll just chuck a Pokeball. I'll be chucking a ball every time I see this, because you never know. It's ultra unlikely, but there's always that unbelievably tiny 0.1% chance. And do I need to heal? Nope. Scyther should be able to take one Shadow Ball. This still isn't fast enough, but at least now it has more bulk, so it should be able to take one Shadow Ball just to be safe. Oh, I don't have Chesto Berry. That's going to be annoying. Okay. Going to get a very quick level on the Magmar, on the off chance that it will be able to live on 1 HP. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. And how much money do I have? 15,000. Alright. Back at Mortimer we go. Alright, Haunter just Shadow punches the first two pretty much consistently. So here I can go for a Sucker Punch and sack it to get a clean switch into Graveler to potentially do some damage. But again, critical hit. Here if I leave, okay, that works, and it wakes up. Lovely. Slowpoke can't do anything. If I have a revive, a single revive, can Sucker Punch and just barely kill it. And I'm left with the Scyther and the Magma. Okay, so Shadow Punch, I'm faster. Sucker Punch. Okay. Scyther, Wing Attack. Good thing I didn't go for the U-turn there when it was on Sliver. Alright, so we made it through Morty on our second attempt. I'll take it. I had to use my single revive, but I can always just buy more. I don't even remember where I found it. I think it was in the Ruins of Alph. No, I can just buy 10. So, I also got a Silk Scarf. Would that be useful at all? Not really. I do have head, not head, but Body Slam on the Poliwhirl, so I guess I can give it there for now. And Shadow Ball on the Haunter. Over Shadow Punch. Also, excuse me for a moment, my girlfriend is calling me. Alright, I'm back everyone. And I kinda want to keep the Sucker Punch just for the priority. So I'll instead delete the Shadow Punch. Shadow Punch is a nice move since it can never miss. It's basically a ghost type aerial ace. But as we can see, my attack stat is way lower than my special attack. and this is going to be pretty much the final set for the Haunter, because I need the Hypnosis and the Curse for the League. Curse especially important for Lance. So yeah. Now let's order our team properly in the order we essentially got them. That's how I usually like to order my team. Oh, I forgot. I hadn't fought that dude. Oh well. His pet is dead now. So it doesn't matter. And I lived on 69 health twice there, so that's nice. Kikiti. And off we go. I'm going to do the lighthouse and then probably stop for the day. Not there, it is here. I was looking for that hidden item. Didn't mean to go in there. Alright. Double surf. Not enough damage. And of course I miss 4 hypnosis in a row. So I already have to go back and heal. Like literally after the first battle. I'm trying to avoid taking a lot of damage by using hypnosis. But then I get screwed over because of the crappy accuracy. At least Dark Void is better, but only Darkrai gets that. Now I also have to be mindful of hidden items around the place. And I'm using the Poliwhirl here for now, because it won't have much use later on. So it will end up falling behind in experience. There's a hidden item somewhere, I just need to figure it out. So I'm just too lazy to open the dowsing machine and start looking. And our knees are completely destroyed from jumping like 2 stories down. Just very realistic. I wonder if any kid thought, oh hey, what if I jump down from this lighthouse like I did in my game? It's like how back in the day Superman came out and then kids thought they could fly and stuff. So they were jumping off balconies left and right. Like, you never know with these things. So I don't know how it was seen as acceptable to include in the game, but oh well. Water Absorb, obviously. It has the ability I wish mine had. Mine has the crappy dump ability. Literally, the only use of dump is to prevent explosions. And there's next to no exploding NPCs. The only real use of dump is if you are trying to catch something that can potentially blow itself up. Because it prevents the explosion, it doesn't just negate the damage. It prevents the target from, like the opponent, from also taking damage from its own explosion. Anyways, I think I'm just going to end it here. We've made a fair bit of progress. The team, did it correctly? Okay, so we have Graveler, which is our starter, let's call it. I did the first part of the game with the Chikorita until I could catch things, then I caught this immediately, and it has been a really good one so far. Then Haunter, kinda trash nature for a Haunter, but the plus attack nature did actually help us in a few situations. Poliwhirl, awful nature, but we can make it work, not the end of the world. Should make for a pretty decent mixed attacker. Slowpoke, at some point I'll start leveling this up a bit more. I might try to level it up on the way to Cyanwood. I was having a brain fart. So on my way to Cyanwood, just so I can use it in the gym. Then this is just really good, full neutral nature, better than having a lowering nature for a good start, so I will take neutral over a bad nature any day. And Magmar, also full neutral. I need to level this up as well though, so these two need to catch up a bit. Once I get the EXP share, it will be much easier to catch up. Speaking of which, we can't just breeze right to the EXP share, since the Gyarados is there already if we want it. So maybe I can do that. I want to end the stream by o'clock. But it should be fine to just completely book it. Like skip the trainers and whatnot just to get the EXP share. Of course. Alright, Super Potion. Max Potion. There's 3 trainers here. These ones I'm not going to skip. Just nice easy experience. Then we heal up and we head up. Although okay, I think I'll get to where the Gyarados is as fast as I can. Let's also see here, you can find some interesting things like tiny mushrooms. And this totally is a real tree. Nothing suspicious to see here. Anyways, so up we go. What do we train in this area? No. Let's train the Scyther a bit more. No. Let's train the Magmar. Now, if we go in there, we'll have to pay 1,000 money every time, and I don't feel like doing that, so we'll just take this path here. We register everyone that asks. Grab. Oh, I don't have cut. I keep forgetting I don't have cut, since normally I do have like a Bellsprout in the back as an HM slave. Payback, no thank you. Of course I get poisoned immediately. Granted it is 50%. Feint attack, nice, over Leer. Then I still have plenty of antidotes. At some point I will stock up on a few more, but for now I have more than enough. I'll stock up on more when I get down to only one. Okay, into king. Then the fisherman here. For the Gyarados we don't really have anything, but the Gyarados doesn't have anything to hit the Graveler with. And we are here. So, for the Gyarados, I can just use the Haunter. We just need the red scale. We take the red scale to Mr. Pokemon. Ooh, shiny! I would have never guessed. Like, alright. Sucker Punch shouldn't kill unless it's a critical hit. Ooh, another shiny one. Who could have guessed? So many shinies. Alright, I'll stop. But I should have brought some Pulse. Poliwhirl does wall it pretty decently. Come on, get caught. I only want the red scale. I'm not allowed to use it as part of the challenge, but I want the red scale because it gives you the EXP share if you take it to Mr. Pokemon. Okay, we got it. Nature, stats and whatnot don't matter. Then I will quickly fetch some stuff while we are here. Choice specs, very useful. If we want to do a little bit more damage. Full restore, always useful. And I want to get hidden power and secret power. Hopefully I have enough repels to make it back. I have a super repel, so I'll just use that. I knew I was going the wrong way. Okay, secret power up here. A really good TM. Kinda got a huge buff in Gen 6 with the terrains, but then got forgotten again. I mean secret bases. Right. We get the visual glitch like the worst time. Alright, so Magmar first. Save. Reset. Take a shortcut through here. So that stuff is done. We just need to take the thing to Mr. Pokemon. I still need to do the trainers in the cave, since I skipped them all. But that can wait. Ooh. So I move here. Okay. The Entei is over here, so I'll just chuck a ball, just for the lols. And this is where we end the stream. I'll go fetch the EXP share next stream. We have the red scale, it's just a matter of walking all the way back. So, here Violet. I don't have cat, so I'll need to go the long way around. Visual glitch, but I know how to more or less navigate. Okay, this should be right outside his door. Well, a tiny bit off, but yeah. Okay, red Gyarados, red scale, and we get the XP share. So now we can actually raise the Slowpoke without having to let it take a ton of damage because it's so freaking slow. But it will make the Magmar level up slower. Alright, so thanks for watching. I will do another stream sometime soon just to continue the challenge. So have a good day, night, whatever everyone, and I'll see you next time. And for those on the YouTube side, just leave a comment, like, subscribe, you know the usual fluff. And for the YouTube side, I also have a video I plan to post soon about Forza, where I do 2 wristbands off stream. Just didn't feel like putting up a stream for like 15 minutes. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see you all next time.